Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodhanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yasodhanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishubha Paramahamsa Parivraja Acharya Ashtatala Sata Sri Srimati Svangres et si Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishubha Paramahamsa Parivraja Acharya Ashtatala Sata Sri Srimati Svangres Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavana Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Seko Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavana Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mayi Ki Jai, Jamuna Mayi Ki Jai, Srimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai, Sri Sri Gaunitai Ki Jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai, Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pasyagutade, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Prachadine, Nirvesesha Sunnavadi, Paschatya Desatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Madreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. From the fourth skanda, 20th chapter, entitled Puranjana becomes a woman in the next life. What is the sloka number? 14. Sloka number 14. Na seke saha avitum tatra puru kritsha puru vepatuhu gantum aichat tataha vriksha kotarat iva sa analat. Na seke so vitum tatra puru kritsroruve patuhu gantu maicha tato vriksha kotara divasa narat. Na seke so vitum tatra puru kritsroruve patuhu gantu maicha tato vriksha kotara divasa narat. Na seke sovitum tatra puru kritsroruve patuhu gantu maicha tato vriksha kotara divasa narat. Vaishnavis. No, not. Seke was able, Saha, he, habitum, to protect, Tatra, there, Puru, very much, Kritsha, difficulty, Uru, great, Vepatu, suffering, Gantum, to go out, Aichat, desired, Tataha, from there, Vuksha, of a tree, Kotarat, from the hollow, Eva, like, Sa'analat, on fire. Translation. As a serpent living within the cavity of a tree wishes to live when there is a forest fire, so the city's police superintendent, the snake, wished to leave the city due to the fire's severe heat. Krishna Govinda. So you can repeat the translation. As a serpent living within the cavity of a tree wishes to live when there is a forest fire, so the city's police superintendent, the snake, wished to leave the city due to the fire's severe heat. Purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. It becomes very difficult for snakes to leave a forest when there is a fire. Other animals may flee due to their long legs, but serpents, only being able to crawl, are generally burnt in the fire. At the last stage, the limbs of the body are not as much affected as the live fare. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapalantikam Vanteham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitantam Sajivam Sadvitam Savadutam Parichana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Sri Visakam Vitamsya Now, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Siva Sadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So I don't know if I can speak. I'll try. We are not independent. Every moment of life is under the control of superior authority. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is directing the movement of all the living entities, giving them Matta Smritir Jnanam Apuranam Cha, some remembrance, knowledge, and also forgetfulness. Not only the capacity to speak, but the capacity to remain in the body, that does not depend upon our endeavor. We don't have any such liberty to live as long as we want. The best treatment, the best doctor cannot do anything in this regard. One patient was requesting his doctor that I have to instruct my children about conducting the business, so at least give me 3 months' time so that I can instruct my children. But the doctor told him, sorry sir, I cannot give you 3 months. Anytime you may pass away from this world. So that is the actual situation. Most of the time, doctors are not speaking like this. They are conducting their business activities, giving hope to the patient that he will recover, following their treatment. So the topic is, for so many days, we have seen the description by Narada Muni about the activities of King Puranjana, who is an ideal, or who is the model conditioned soul engaged in activities of sense gratification. So this is the allegorical story to indicate to King Prachina Barishat, who is the recipient of these teachings, that he should be very careful about his life. He should conduct his life in such a way as he should not be taken up in the same way as King Puranjana in various material activities, and ultimately, at the point of death, he cannot control himself and he is leaving this body without any idea where he's going to go next. So the body is considered to be a city of 9 gates, and as described in the story, the proprietor of the body is making alliance with the intelligence. The intelligence, material intelligence, is directing the movements of the body in this way. So he is completely surrendered. Intelligence has become his wife, and whatever his wife says, he will follow. So they spent all their life together, enjoying sense gratification, raising children, making friends, and maintaining the city of 9 gates in that manner. So then it was described earlier that the daughter of time, Kalakanya, she is now going everywhere, and she is giving ultimatum to all these living entities who are living in the material world, one after another. So Kalakanya is trying to find a husband, and she found that this conditioned soul, Puranjana, as a suitable husband, but Puranjana told her, no, you can be my sister. And in this way, if you want, you can be with me. So Kalakanya has also many associates, and like the different armies, because as death personified, she needs some help. So she is accompanied with the army of Yavanas, and in this way she is going everywhere to attack different living entities and take them on the other side of life, conducting them towards the process of death. So as described earlier, this body is constituted of, here the subject matter is about the serpent. What is the serpent? What does the serpent has to do with our body? So it is described earlier, 4:21:15. No, that's not correct. 4:27:15. So the description of the city of Puranjana is described there in the earlier chapter. We can see again this sloka. Te chandavega nucharaha Puranjana puram yada hartum are bhire tatra pratyashedad pajagaraha. When King Gandharva Raja Chandavega and his followers began to plunder the city of Puranjana, a snake with 5 hoods began to defend the city. So this king, Gandharva Raja, is one of the attackers. At the time of death, we are being victims of various types of entities. And it is described here that the city of Puranjana is being defended by a snake. So we have no idea actually that in every one of us there's a snake. So this is the description given by Narada Muni, and it is very appropriate. So we should try to understand what is the snake. A snake is an animal who live on air. So in other words, the snake is the air within the body. And the air or vayu is very essential to keep the body alive. It is protecting the life of the body. Even when we are asleep, we do not do anything. Our mind is also in deep sleep. The mind is also not functioning. But the only thing that is functioning is the air within the body. And that air is maintaining the body even without our knowledge. We do not know what's happening in the night at the time of deep sleep. But the air, by the arrangement of Krishna, is keeping the body alive. So this is so important. Once upon a time, there was a meeting between all the devatas, and they were discussing about, amongst all the devatas, who is the most powerful, who is the number one amongst all devatas. So there are a lot of discussion, arguments. Everybody is claiming I'm the strongest, I'm the best, I'm the number one. But ultimately, the argument came to be understood that when every one of the devatas leaves the body is still alive. Demigods are inhabiting the body. The hand is being directed by Indradev. Similarly, the feet, the thighs, the belly, the chest. Every aspect of the body is being maintained and directed, supervised by a particular demigod. So the argument was that all these demigods, they can leave the body, no problem. The body will remain alive because Vayu is there. When Vayu leaves the body is finished. The life of the body is over. As long as Vayu is within the body remains alive, whatever it may happen to the other parts of the body. So the conclusion was, amongst all devatas, Vayu is number one, most essential. So we can understand the position of Vayu. And in the purport, the purport mentions that the 5 hoods, the snake in the body has 5 hoods, 5 heads. And this indicates that the life air is surrounded by 5 kinds of air known as prana, apana, vyana, udana, and samana. When the body is inactive, the prana or the life air is active. Up to the age of 50, one can actively work for sense gratification, but after the 50th year, one's energy decreases, although one can, with great strain, work for 2 or 3 more years, perhaps up to the 55th year. So in this way, then generally, those who are government servants, they retire after the age of 55 or 60 because the life air has become weak within their body. So this air within the body has 5 different functions as indicated here. And because of this, it is described that the serpent is having 5 hoods. That is very appropriate description. But we do not know actually how the air is functioning within the body. Of course, we breathe in, we breathe out, and then this is what we understand about the air. But that is only one aspect. The whole body functions because of these different airs that are circulating within the body. For instance, blood circulation. How is it possible for the blood to circulate throughout the body? That is because of air. Some air is pushing the blood in the artery or vein. And how is it possible for the food that we keep in the mouth, we swallow the food, then we forget about it. As long as we are chewing, we are conscious. I'm chewing, I'm eating. Then next, we don't know. Everything is being done by the parts of the body essentially because of the air. The air is pushing the food, going down to the stomach and then down to intestines, then passing, then afterwards, that also because of air, it will go to the intestine and going out of the body. Every movement of the body is due to action of different types of air. So there are blinking eyes. How is it possible? It's not just a question of muscle. How the muscle is active, blinking eyes. That is also possible because of air. In this way, the Ayurveda has described the different activities of these 5 types of air, which are so essential. And good health in the body is maintained when there is proper balance between Kapha, Pitta, Vayu. And of course, when there is no more Vayu, then there is no question of life. So in this description, the city of Puranjana has been attacked by Kalakanya and her associates. And everybody is under distressful condition of the death sentence. But amongst all the parts of the body, the air will be the most miserable because he's a serpent with 5 hoods. So as described here, why is he a serpent? He cannot run away. And Prabhupada gives the example when there's a forest fire. The animals, of course, first of all, the birds. The birds can easily fly out of the forest. That is not a big problem. Other animals, like deers and fox, they can also leave the forest, go out of danger, because they can run. They have legs, and they can run out. But the most miserable animals in the forest, when there's a fire, those who are legless, such as worms, and especially here, serpents. Serpents cannot run, they cannot fly. So what can they do? If a serpent is within the hole of a tree, what he will do? He'll feel the heat, intolerable heat. The fire is coming. What can I do? If I go out of the hole, I'll be burned to ashes. There is no escape. So that is the condition of the life air. The life air is considered to be the protector of the body. But when death is coming, it is described just like a forest fire. And this serpent, life air, cannot escape. Although all these years he has been maintaining the body in all conditions, day and night, without any complaint. But at the time of death, when the fire is coming, then the life air is become completely defeated. So we can also consult another sloka for 25-21. That also describes the serpent within ourselves. Pansha Sirsha Hina Guptam Patiharena Sarvataha Anveshamanam Rishabam Aprodham Kama Rupinim. The woman was protected on all sides by a 5-hooded snake. She was very beautiful and young, and she appeared very anxious to find a suitable husband. So this is the description of Kalakanya. Prabhupada says in the purport, the vital force of a living entity includes the 5 kinds of air working within the body, which are known as prana, apana, dhyana, samana, and udana. The vital force is compared to a serpent because a serpent can live by simply drinking air. The vital force carried by the air is described as the pratihara, or the bodyguard. So it's such a wonderful bodyguard. Generally, bodyguard, you have to look after his personal needs, no? Very carefully. He has to eat in time, he has to take sufficient rest, he has to be given sufficient encouragement, instructions, and so on. So for a bodyguard, he has to be maintained very, very properly. But the protector of the body, the air within the body, does not require any special protection. He is protecting the body, and he himself is looking after everything without any consideration. Simply swallowing air. That's all. Without the vital force, one cannot live for a moment. Indeed, all the senses are working under the protection of the vital force. So this is the position of the life air, which is described again in this sloka today we are reading. At the time of death, what can it do? All these years, this panchaprana, they were maintaining the body, but now they cannot do anything. So that's the situation at the time of death. Nobody can do anything, including the main bodyguard. He is also helpless. So in this way we understand that we have to read these slokas, these teachings of Narada Muni very carefully, so that we may not also follow in the footsteps of Puranjana. Puranjana, throughout his life, he did not cultivate spiritual knowledge. He was simply aware of his bodily condition and trying to enjoy his senses to the maximum, thinking that this is life. There is nothing else in life, simply to enjoy sense gratification. Now, when death is coming by the order of Lord Krishna, he has no answer, and he is completely confused. He is helpless, and he has no idea what to do. He has no question of counteracting. Throughout his life, he met so many problems, and he had a solution for all of them. But now, at the time of death, there is no solution. He cannot find any remedy for that. Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna is helping us to remember at the time of death, what should we do? Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Those who have chanted Hare Krishna in their lifetime, they'll be able to remember by the grace of Krishna how to chant Hare Krishna at the time of death. Otherwise, we'll simply be a victim and without any defense, not knowing what's going to happen next. So in this way, in the Bhagavad Gita, so Lord Krishna is giving to Arjuna the teaching about the importance about knowing how to quit the body. Everybody is going to quit the body. So what to do in that moment, that circumstance? Hare Krishna. Lord Krishna says in the 15th chapter, 10th sloka, Utkramantam stitam vapi bunjanam va gunanvitam vimudha nanupasyanti pasyanti jnana chakshushaha. The foolish cannot understand how living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. In this purpose, the Prabhupada says the word dhyana chakshushaha is very significant. Without knowledge, one cannot understand how a living entity leaves his present body, nor what form of body he is going to take in the next life, nor even why he is living in a particular type of body. This requires a great amount of knowledge understood from Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures heard from a bona fide spiritual master. One who is trained to perceive all these things is fortunate. So we should be fortunate. We are coming here to develop good fortune. And what is that good fortune? That is to understand how to live and how to die. The teachings of the Acharyas, including Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, it is not simply how to live. No, what is that formula? Life. Yes, anyway, I forgot. So it is not simply a question of how to live, but also a question of how to die. And how to die will be understood if we have understood also how to live. So these two should be joined together. We should not be forgetful that life in the present body, material body, is temporary. There will be an end to it sooner or later. And for that purpose, we have to develop the proper knowledge according to teachings of Lord Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, and other literature. Otherwise, we'll be confused and will not be able to achieve the perfection of life. And the next destination will simply elude us. We shall be subject to forces of nature according to Tamagun, Rajagun, Sattvagun. In this way, nature will simply take us in different directions. Just like yesterday, speaker, Vedanta Chaitanya Prabhu was telling, after death, then the soul is being taken away, and for 1 year, the soul is being taken to all types of directions, in all directions, going up, going down, up, right and left, everywhere the soul will travel for 1 year. Because to explore the entire material world in that manner, in a very pitiful condition, not knowing what is the next destination. So if we develop knowledge according to Lord Krishna's teachings, then we understand that the living entity is the eternal servant of Lord Krishna. So at all times we should be conscious of our duty as a service to Lord Krishna. And at the time of death, when death comes, at that time also, we shall be able to remember that we are eternal soul, servants of Krishna. So that is the proper remembrance. Antakale chamame vasmaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati samadbhavam yati nastya samshaya. Whoever remembers me at the time of death, then for him there is no doubt that he will achieve my nature. What is Krishna's nature? Krishna's nature is completely spiritual. And he has his own abode. And he is living there with all his devotees from time immemorial and for all time to come. There is no more break, no more descent in the material world. So that is the ultimate object of life. If we can cultivate Krishna consciousness throughout lifetime, then even though death is considered to be a painful experience, fire, like a forest fire, everything being burnt, but the mind, intelligence will be trained to remember Krishna, and Krishna will take us to his own abode. So this is the secret of success. Otherwise, now I remember that Krishna consciousness is not just simply art of living, that is also the art of dying. Art of dying is very essential. So all this story of Narada Muni given to King Prachinabarishat is meant not only for King Prachinabarishat but for all of us to understand the importance of how to die. And that is possible if we have learned how to live through the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So maybe we can end here this topic lecture. Any other questions or comments? Yes, microphone is there.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you explained about the prana in the body. So sometimes we used to pranayam, means we used to tell that while doing pranayam, our life will increase. But we know that our breaths are fixed. Then how we can understand by doing pranayam our life will going to increase?
So pranayama is one of the ashtanga of the yoga system as taught by Patanjali and others. In this age of Kali, it is very difficult to control the air in the body as the yoga system is telling us. This was suitable for the age of Krita, Satya Yuga, where the people can live up to 1 lakh years. So they had to spend many hundreds and thousands of years in order to perfect this yoga system controlling the air within the body. Different chakras are there. Shat chakra, 6 different chakras. From the bottom of the belly up to the belly, the middle of the lungs, and then going up to, that is called Agya chakra here. So at the time, the yogis were perfected in the system after many, many years of trying to practice. They may be able to take the life air on this Agya chakra, and from there they can leave the body to the Brahmandra, which is on the top of the head. But this is not possible in Kali Yuga. Even though there may be yoga societies, as Prabhupada mentions in his commentaries, yoga societies, they may have many followers, but they are not able to practice this yoga system. And see, here in the Bhagavad Gita, even Lord Krishna is telling also that even you try your best to control the life air, but in the 15th chapter, 11 sloka, Yatanto yoginas kainam pasyanti atmani avastitam yatanto yaprikatmano nainam pasyanti achetasaha. That the endeavoring transcendentalists who are situated in self-realization can see all this clearly. That means the devotees of the Lord who have understood that they are eternal servants of Krishna, they are fixing their mind at the lotus feet of Krishna. For them, the death is not unsurmountable. They can go over that problem. But those whose minds are not developed and who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, even though they may try to. So, even though those yogis, they try to control their life air, but if they do not fix their mind on Lord Krishna, then all their exercise and all their time is wasted at the time of death. They'll be taken away by Yamaraj. Prabhupada says that the word yogina is significant in this connection. In the present day, there are many so-called yogis, and there are many so-called associations of yogis, but they are actually blind in the matter of self-realization. They are simply addicted to some sort of gymnastic exercise and are satisfied if the body is well built and healthy. So that is what's happening nowadays. So this Lord Krishna's teaching, of course, you will find a yoga system in the Bhagavad Gita also. But the ultimate conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is that all these processes of self-realization, including Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, must culminate in Bhakti Yoga. It is only if you become a devotee of the Lord that you will be able to go through all these difficulties, and at the time of death will go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Oh yes.
While dying, how to remember Hare Krishna fully?
You have to practice in the lifetime very seriously. Just like how you will go, exam is there, no? All the school boys, school girls, they know the exam at the end of the year. The date is already fixed. So they have to prepare for the exam. If they don't prepare themselves, simply go to the examination without any preparation, they will fail. They will fail. If they prepare sufficiently in time, then when they go to the examination, they will be successful. That is their confidence. They are well prepared. So similarly, life is a preparation. Death is a final examination. We have to get prepared for that. We cannot ignore it.
Syllabus?
Hare Krishna.
What is syllabus for that?
Huh?
Syllabus? Syllabus, Prabhuji.
Syllabus. Syllabus is given. Prabhupada gave us a syllabus. You are most welcome to study the syllabus. Examinations are there, gradually, before the final examination. And in this way, you get prepared fully and be successful. So that is Srila Prabhupada. Mercy to all the conditioned souls that they must get ready. And all the knowledge is there in Prabhupada books. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.